Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast. Today we're going to be talking about chapter 14 of the Nanny affair, the changing seasons. At first, we see that we're back to New York from Monte Carlo and it is snowing. So there's a time skip. So we are into autumn or winter. So like late November in that period, and it's snowing. We call up Jenny because whenever it snows, our main character usually calls Jenny. So we just have a conversation there. Then we receive a text message from Sam asking us to whether she can come in with the boys, and then after a long time, we see the boys in person, Mickey and Mason in their winter dress, and they were looking really cute. And I don't know when the last time I saw them, so it was really interesting to see them like this. And then Sam offers us to go skating in the pond. And this is a diamond scene, you can take it, and it's a really nice diamond scene because we, after a long time, spent diamonds to have a nice moment with the boys. Because in the last book, I remember, we had a lot of diamond options to spend time with the kids, Mickey and Mason. Like, we go to the Taco Bell truck, I guess, and we spend a nice time with the boys there. We buy them food. So there's little heart-to-heart moments with the boys where our mother nature to the boys was shown, our main character. And so in this book, we didn't get much of those opportunities except the first chapter, or first couple of chapters. But finally in this chapter, and also Liliana, who and Mason are a thing now, as we see. Like Sam says, the Liliana has been inseparable since the gala, since the opera. But then Mickey says, well, not all of the boys. So this is interesting. And then we see Liliana, Mickey, Mason. They're skating. They're having fun, and we do a race there. And there was an option. So if you choose correctly to slid under the, if you slide under the tree, then you will win it. And they will go back to skating again, but you'll have a ton of fun with the boys. Then again, as usual, Sam will make an excuse of going out to get some hot cocoa from the car, and they'll have, again, an intimate scene there, and a lot of things. But it will end eventually. The boys will get worn out after that, and then we'll be back. And now we'll be back to Dalton Enterprise, our usual work. We'll see Ivan, we'll see Aditya, all of our colleagues. There's another guy, and Charles or James, I don't remember, so he's also there. And with all our colleagues, and Ivan is a bit pissed off at us for something that we don't know. And we get back with our colleagues, we work there, and then we get an opportunity that one of the receptionists comes and says there was a meeting between Sam and Ivan, but Ivan had to cancel it, so we would have to attend in place of Ivan. So we take the elevator to go to Sam, and Ivan was suspicious of why we are going and why not anyone else is going. So Ivan was torching us on this. We couldn't understand what was that about, but anyway, we let that pass. And on the way to Sam's department, we meet on the elevator Liliana's mom, Lana, and she was like, she knew we are going to Sam because from her look she could tell that, but she didn't know we worked here for Sophia. And I chose an option like Sophia doesn't talk about things like work to you, and we definitely struck a nerve in Lana, and she gets kind of angry. But then we part ways. We go to Sam. Sam is definitely excited to see us, and she doesn't want to hold the meeting there. So we go to Diamond Scene to a coffee place, and we have some coffee and stuff. So again, we get a little bit intimate, and then we also talk about the idea that Sam had for the meeting with Yvonne originally, that she wants the environmental department and the robotics to work together. So recycle. So that recycle worthy sort of robotic parts and stuff, they can work on that. So Sam says Sam doesn't care if Sam wins the race or not, but Sam is looking for the greater good for the company and a great investment for the future. So that was something really nice to hear from Sam. And then we also work through the park, and we also have another intimate moment there. And then we come back. we were holding hands, and Sam was getting really handsy to us, and then Aditya was behind us, so he coughs, and then Sam parts was a friend, but Aditya was really doubtful of us, like what we are doing. So he was, like everybody, he also knows that there's a drama between Sam and Sophia, and now we're working for Sophia, and if we have something with Sam, so we're basically getting caught between between these two, so it could be troublesome. And also he needs to be sure that our loyalty lies to this department and not Sam. So that was understandable, but we really felt bad that we were lying to our colleague, but we managed to say, well, we are just good friends, as close as to the truth, we could say. Then we get back, we work there, and the time passes, and we're still working, and everything is getting back to normal. We're calming down stuff. And then one day after work, and we're progressing on our projects on this plastic thing, and then Ivan calls us to office, and we go to the office, and Ivan is angry at us, and he's not here to listen to our project or anything, but he literally accuses us of sleeping with Sam to get our way to the top. And that's where it ends, and the next chapter says Accusations. So, and the winter season is here, so Thanksgiving is fast approaching. That was the line at the end of the book, chapter 14. So next chapter, I think we're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner with Sam's parents in Sam's house. So Robin would be there, and it could be problematic. And by now, I think Ivan accused us of slipping to the top with Sam. So because he knows there's slipping to the Sam's department, and then sneaking away with Sam. And so what is going on? So this is really raising eyebrows. So what Sam didn't want to do, exactly the same things are happening. So that's it. Now this chapter was certainly interesting and better than last few chapters, at least last 6 or 7 chapters. What they couldn't do, this chapter did that. So stuff happened, it was an interesting, and we spent time with the boys, and stuff happens. So I was excited to read that. Hopefully it will pick it up from here before it ends, the last chapter. It needs to have a pace till then. And that's it. That's what happens. Let's talk about this in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out. One more thing before I finish this. So I just couldn't make sense of this thing, that Sam hired a publicist. So throughout the book 1, Sam had this sort of dilemma, like whether to choose the company, her work, or the boys and our main character. So finally, after the subway accident, Sam chose our main character. She didn't care about the company, she didn't care about losing the position in the company or anything, but she went for us, and that's where it ended. Now book 2 started, Sam went back to the same position, that she is unable to decide who to choose from between who to choose between the company and our main character. So we kind of go back to the square one again. And what I tried to say is that she hired a publicist, so everything goes smoothly, which was understandable. But then we, in this diamond scenes, we're literally walking through the park, and we're not supposed to be seen, but we're also like sort of having intimate moments in very, very public places. So that is kind of what is kind of, I can't just make sense of this stuff here. And also like the continuity, because after the subway accident, Sam remembers of Addison, her Sam's ex-wife, who is dead now. And so Sam chooses our main character over everything, right? So then and book 2 starts, Sam again starts worrying about the company, because if Sam thought at the end of book 1 that if Sam has the main character, Sam doesn't worry about the company or anything, because Sam will eventually Sam would have the company, but even Sam loses everything, Sam would have our main character, and that's what's most important. But Sam's going down the same path again, the book 2 started. So there's I thought there's some continuity problem, and sort of how we can't be seen in public, but we having intimate moments in public. Now that's creating problems. So that was really hard for me to perceive. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about all these. And this chapter 14 was an interesting chapter, and we're gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner or something with first holiday season with Dalton family, and we've been accused. So the accusations, they're gonna float. A lot of things are gonna happen. Stick around. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out.